They may not be as popular as their cousin, the scallop, but cockles are just as tasty and nutritious. So what exactly are cockles? Let's dig into this bivalve. Hi, I'm here to introduce you to this amazing underwater world of giants. Join me every week for new adventures among fascinating deep-sea creatures. Cockles are small, about the size of a child's thumb, with shells that come in a variety of colors, including brown, white, purple, yellow, and red. Their shells are also called Venus or heart shells because of their distinctive shape. You can tell if a cockle is alive by looking at its shell. If it's tightly closed, the cockle is alive and well. But if the shell is open, the cockle has most likely died. When they're still alive, though, cockles have a soft, squishy body inside their protective shell. The part we eat is called the adductor muscle, which is located near the hinge of the shell. It's similar to the abductor muscle in scallops, and like the abductor muscle in scallops, it's incredibly delicious. Like all bivalves, cockles are filter feeders. They spend their days filtering phytoplankton and other organic matter from the water column. Some scientists estimate that one cockle can filter up to 1 liter of water per hour. This means that they play an important role in the ecosystem by helping to keep the water clean. In addition to being excellent filters, cockles are also surprisingly good swimmers. Although they don't have any fancy propulsion methods like jet skis or propellers, they manage to get around quite well by using their shells and muscles to create a swimming motion that looks kind of like a mini jet ski. Okay, so maybe they don't actually look like jet skis. In slow motion, they look more like they're doing the worm. Check out this video to see them in action. So far, cockles seem pretty cool. But how do they make a living? It turns out that cockles are really good at burying themselves in the sand. In fact, they're so good at it that it's one of their main defense mechanisms against predators. When threatened, a cockle will quickly burrow itself into the sediment, leaving only its shell exposed. And since the shell is often the same color as the sand or mud where they live, it's pretty well camouflaged. Predators have a hard time spotting them, so most of the time they're safe from harm. Now you might be wondering why anyone would want to eat something that's so good at hiding. Well, it turns out that cockles are a delicacy in many parts of the world. They're often served as an appetizer or in salads, and they're especially popular in coastal communities where they can be harvested sustainably. That's because cockles reproduce quickly and in large numbers. In some areas, there are as many as 20,000 cockles per square meter. This means that cockle populations can recover quickly from fishing, so it's possible to harvest them without causing significant damage to the ecosystem. Of course, cockles aren't the only animals that are good at reproducing quickly. For example, some species of jellyfish can produce up to 4,000 eggs per year. But unlike jellyfish, cockles have managed to avoid widespread overfishing. This is probably because they're not very appealing to most commercial fishing operations. They're too small to be worth targeting with most fishing gear, and they tend to live in shallow waters where it's difficult to operate large vessels. As a result, cockles are often harvested by hand, either by people who are harvesting them for personal use, or by small-scale fisheries that sell their catch to local restaurants. Thanks to their unique swimming abilities and delicious flavor, cockles are a favorite among chefs and seafood lovers alike. They're often served steamed or grilled, and they can be prepared in a wide variety of dishes. In fact, there are even recipes for cockle soup and cockle fruit. So next time you're at a restaurant with a fresh seafood selection, be sure to look for cockles. You're in for a treat. You know, I love sharing all this information with you, but I couldn't do it without your support. So, thanks to all my viewers and supporters for making these videos possible. If you'd like to learn more about our giant ocean planet, be sure to subscribe to my channel for new episodes every week. And if you're on social media, you can like my page to see all the latest news and updates.